What's up, guys? It is Chris back with another watch unboxing. Today we have Eterna on the channel for an unboxing. This is the KonTiki. Before I get into it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful and very much appreciated. So getting right into it, another Eterna. I love Eterna, and there are a lot of different reasons why I love Eterna. Recently, I unboxed this watch, a watch that I purchased. This is the Royal KonTiki. This is a DLC plated watch with the in-house movement, the in-house GMT movement from Eterna. A great watch. Came in some elaborate packaging. This is a little bit simpler because this is a little bit of a less expensive watch. It is the stainless steel version of the actual KonTiki. Now, this is called the KonTiki Diver Automatic. It comes in 44 millimeters. It comes in a very simple packaging, as I mentioned. It comes with this little pull-out drawer thing, wood display box. Inside is just a Eterna branded polishing cloth and a user manual, just some warranty information. And beyond that, that is all that it comes in. And then, of course, you have the watch. Comes on a pillow. And here it is. So this is, as I mentioned, the KonTiki Automatic, and that's what they call it. This gets a Sellita SW200. It's in 44 millimeters, a very large 54 millimeter lug to lug, and I think it's about 12.2, 12.3 millimeters thick. So not an incredibly thick watch, but it is a pretty large dimensional watch. 44 millimeters is pretty large, and that 54 millimeters is quite large because of those lugs which go out, but they do curve down, but they do wear very large on the wrist, and we'll show you that in just a little bit. So I think that's the first problem with this watch. It is a little bit on the larger side for a lot of wrists. I wear it and I think I pull it off fine. I really like it on my wrist. The watch is made impeccably. It is really very, very nicely made. Sellita SW200. This is a ceramic bezel. You have a dome sapphire crystal, and you can see it distorts, and it has a very nice ample AR coating on it. The crown itself has what I think is a sapphire crystal in the actual crown. However, I cannot find any information about this on the internet. I've actually emailed Eterna. They have not gotten back to me. They pay a lot of attention to their crowns. This also has a sapphire portion to the crown. It's very hard to see. And in there are small ball bearings that are the 5 ball bearings of the actual Eterna logo. And as I mentioned, Eterna have a very rich history in watchmaking. They have been around for a very long time, the mid-1800s. They were the company that started ETA or ETA. They have come up with many different technologies that are still used today in automatic movements, even in ETA movements currently today. And they are a powerhouse of horology. However, they really have no following whatsoever in the United States. Watches like this, which retail for about $2,000, $2,080, $2,180 on a bracelet, they actually sell at a heavy discount. I got this for under $800 on eBay, and they do go through closeouts pretty often, and this was on a closeout, I guess, and it sold for, they were selling, and they had a lot of them, and they were selling them for pretty cheap. This gets a beautiful rubber strap. It's signed on the bottom, Eterna, and on the inside, on this side, it just says since 1856. The buckle itself is a really nice milled piece of metal, signed Eterna. It folds out, and there is quick release, and it's very easy to use. You just pull out and slide, click in. It's very, very smooth. It's one of the smoothest quick release or micro adjustment that I've ever felt on a watch. It's actually very, very smooth, very similar to Rolex feeling. It's very well made. A huge crown on here. It's very, very grippy, and the bezel action is awesome. Let's listen. It's so loud, it's insane. It could be one of the best bezels I've had on the channel. It's a little bit tight, I will say that. However, it is just awesome. The case itself, I love the way that the case is finished. I think the finishing on the case is superb. It just feels really, really nice. I really do love this watch. I'm not sure why they went with the 44 millimeters. This in 40 millimeters or 42 millimeters would have been perfect. They actually make ladies versions in 38 millimeters. Doesn't make any sense, but that's what it is, and that's what they are selling it as. Again, there's another complaint that I have. I do need to mention it. The actual adjustment has to be cut. I hate that. So this rubber strap needs to be cut down for the adjustment. So that's a little bit of an annoying thing. So if you cut it after you lose weight and then you gain weight, you're pretty much screwed. You have to buy another strap. So that is annoying. But besides that, I really love the design of the dial. This gets a lot of lume. Those big indices are applied, obviously. You have like a sand texture, really nice sword hands. You have lume on the bezel, on the hands, on the indices, and it's nicely applied, not like your typical major brand where they don't add a lot of lume. This gets a ton of lume. Also, like I mentioned, that crown, I really love the details on the crown. I really love the details on the back of the watch. It has that raft that Thor Heyerdahl used to go from South America to French Polynesia. I did a whole history on Eterna in another video. That video was 5 brands that I think are very underrated. The first brand I think I went with was Eterna because I think Eterna is extremely underrated, and this is a perfect example of why. Yes, this gets a Sellita SW200. You can get a version of this in bronze with an automatic in-house caliber, but the SW200 is great, and you're getting a watch. You can get these watches for under $1,000, and they have tons of history. The bracelet on here is superb. It's a absolutely brilliantly made bracelet, screwed links and everything. I didn't get it because when they had this closeout, they only had them on rubber straps. I really wish they were on bracelets. I actually contacted Eterna and see if I could buy a bracelet separately. I'm still waiting to hear back from them, but we'll see. And I just recently contacted them, so I will definitely, if I do get it, I'll let you guys know. But other than that, I just love the case. I love the finishing on the case. The case is finished superbly again. Really nice tight transitions between brushing and polishing. And it just has like these turned lugs. The knurling on the actual bezel, it's extremely grippy. It's a beautiful bezel. Just a gorgeous watch. I really love the watch. And quickly, I'll throw it on my wrist. Today, I am wearing the Iphias Abyssi. This is such a cool watch, and it actually reminds me a lot of this watch. It reminds me a lot of the Christopher Ward I just recently reviewed, the C60 Trident Pro, a lot. And this watch as well. All 3 of those watches will be in Loom Wars, my next Loom battle that I'm going to do, and these 2 are really, really good with Loom, and so is that Christopher Ward. So I'll be doing an unboxing of this watch very, very soon to show you guys. But very quickly, I'm going to throw this watch, the KonTiki, on my wrist so you guys can see. I have a 7.5-inch wrist, as you guys know. And this watch, like I said, is 44 millimeters, so it does wear large on my wrist. It is not small. The lugs just are just below my wrist size, so you can see they don't hang over the side of my wrist, but they are very, very, very long. 54 millimeters is pretty long. And I actually I have adjusted this so I could just quickly put it back in, snap it in very, very easily, put it right back on my wrist, and now it fits me perfectly. So it's very easy to adjust, and to have that on a strap is really good. Obviously, the bracelet comes with that. Everything is finished beautifully. It's just a really nice strap, a really nice watch. And for $800, I mean, come on, this is really cool. They make an adventure version of this as well, which only gets 100 meters water resistance, but it has a soap rod movement in the back you could see, which is nice. But actually, I'll do close-ups of the back of this watch. The back of this watch is absolutely gorgeous. That raft that's on there, it looks beautiful. This is a 200-meter dive watch, so you know, it's a little bit nicer than that, than the adventure version. The adventure version is actually more expensive than this, and it gets 100 meters water resistance, but I think it's because it gets the soap rod movement, which is technically a little bit higher end than the SW200. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick Loom Shot, and then I'm going to be wearing this obviously, and I have been wearing it already, I'll be honest with you guys, and I will be doing a full review on this in the coming months. But obviously I bought this watch. I absolutely love this watch, and I think you guys will love it too. If you can get over that 44 millimeters in that lug span, maybe you have a wrist for it, it definitely is worth it. So quick Loom Shot, and then I will wrap up the video. So as I mentioned, this does get a ton of loom, and what they've done here is they've loomed those indices a lot. As you can see, the hands and indices are extremely bright, but they've also loomed that minute track that goes all the way around the dial, and then they've loomed all of the indices on the actual bezel, that triangle at the 12 o'clock. Tons of loom here, lots of loom from a major brand, and I really like to see that. Just an incredibly made watch, a really cool watch with a really good history for an excellent price. I honestly think these are a steal, and even though they are 44 millimeters and 54 millimeters lug to lug, I think that they're wearable. If you have even a 7.5 inch wrist, or maybe even a slightly smaller wrist than mine, I definitely think they are wearable, maybe down to probably 7-inch wrist, maybe a little bit less than that, but not too much. And there are the ladies versions, and I actually considered buying a 38 millimeter ladies version of this watch. I wish they would come out with a 42 millimeter, because I think that would be an incredible sweet spot for this watch. And I think they would sell more of them. Honestly, I think they would sell a lot more of these if they came out with a 40 and a 44 millimeter and a 42 millimeter rather than just a 44 millimeter. Anyway, tell me what you guys think of this watch in the comments below. Tell me what you think of Eterna, of this specific watch, the KonTiki. I get a lot of feedback from you guys on Eterna when I basically sing about the brand. Obviously, I have no affiliation with the brand. I'm not paid by the brand. They don't give me watches. I just love the watches. I have a real passion for them. I own 4 of them, and I will bring you all of those watches in due time to the channel so you guys can see them. But this is one of my favorite new watches that I've been wearing pretty much non-stop. I love it. But tell me what you guys think. I really like this watch. I want to hear from you guys, so add a comment below. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Also, follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. And that's really it. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for logging on.